Hi everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Today, as I said last class, we study about the elastic potential energy stored in a wire or stored in elongated wire. So what is the meaning of potential energy? Potential energy is the energy stored in an object or possessed by an object by virtue of its change in position or shape. Like gravitation you will study when you take an object by height h. So what you change? The position, configuration you have changed. Configuration means either position or shape or size. Similar way here you will stretch a wire so the shape is changing, configuration got changed. Due to change in the configuration of the wire, the energy is stored because you are applying some force, you are displacing the body or you are displacing the atoms inside the body, which is nothing but work is done. So that work will be stored as energy and that energy is called potential energy. Why? Because it is the energy possessed by wire or object due to or by virtue of its change in configuration, nothing but change in shape. So that is what we call it as elastic potential energy. So elastic potential energy. So what we have to study is elastic potential energy. Let's take in a simple way we can understand. There is a wire having length L. So wire means the shape is like cylindrical as I said. Now you apply a force here, then the length got increased, suppose. Let's take the increase in length is delta L. Then y equal to FL by A delta L. This is what we have studied, Young's modulus. But if you consider, see, if you consider, this is not a point object. This is not a point object. This is a continuous mass from here to here, right? Then, if you want to find the work done in stretching this wire by delta L, you have to use one concept called center of mass, which actually you will study in depth in system of particles, but I will give you some idea. If you take a rod at the center, it behaves like the whole mass is concentrated here. Like you take a rod and you can balance the rod by balancing just one point. So this point is behaving like the total mass is here only. Such kind of point we call it as center of mass. So similar way, wherever continuous mass is there, you will replace that object with a point at its center of mass. That means now this rod, whole thing you can take it here because it is its center of mass. The point where all the mass appears, not originally, appears to be concentrated, behaves like the total mass is here. Such point is called center of mass. So, in such continuous mass distribution, you will consider the displacement of center of mass. So, initially, the total length is L, so the distance of center of mass is L by 2. Now the total length is L plus delta L, so center of mass distance will become L plus delta L by 2. Here L, so half L by 2. Here L plus delta L, so half is L plus delta L by 2. Because center of mass lies at center. Now here it was at a depth L by 2 and it went to L by 2 plus delta L by 2, so that this portion is called displacement. What is this? Displacement. And according to work energy power, work equal to Fs cos theta. Even we have studied in case of vector product also, like product of vectors, dot product. So Fs cos theta. Here force you are applying down, displacement is also coming down. So force is downward, displacement is also downward. So theta is 0 degrees. Both are same direction. So work done will become Fs cos 0 is 1. So work done in this case is Fs. So that the work done here will become, the force you applied is F and the displacement is L plus delta L by 2 minus L by 2. See, this is L plus delta L by 2. This is L by 2. So this is displacement, this one. So this minus this. So that if you take LCM, LL get cancelled. Delta L by 2 are half into F into delta L. So what is the work done on the wire? Due to application of the deforming force is half into F into delta L. So you applied this deforming force and you changed the configuration by doing some work. According to work energy theorem, every work is equivalent to energy. Work and energy are interconvertible. So this work done on this object will be stored as energy. But this energy is potential energy. But this potential energy is related to elasticity property. That's why we call it as elastic potential energy. The energy possessed by the body by virtue of its change in configuration. That's why potential energy. But it is related to elasticity. That's why elastic potential energy. So that the potential energy stored in the wire because of stretching, because of elongation is nothing but work done. That is half into F into delta L. So this is the another important formula based on which questions will be asked. But when questions will be asked, you may have to manipulate the formula. Like I will show you. This is the formula we have derived. For the potential energy stored or elastic potential energy stored or work done in stretching a wire. But let me show you different type of way of asking questions based on this. The potential energy or work done in stretching a wire by delta L is this much. So the next immediate question what they can ask is energy density. See, generally density means you have studied that mass by volume, that is called density. Amount of mass existed per unit volume, that is called actually mass density, not density. But most of the cases we use this formula only, that's why we simply call density. But density doesn't mean that only mass by volume. Any quantity existing within particular volume. Here which quantity we are talking? Mass. That's why it is called mass density. If you talk about something else, then that is that density. Like here energy density means small u. Energy per unit volume. There is some energy stored inside the wire. That energy per unit volume What is the volume of cylinder? Because wire is nothing but cylindrical shape. What is the volume formula? 2 pi, sorry, pi r square h or L. So pi r square is this circular area and h is the height or length. So area into length. So A into L or A into L. So this is called energy density. So that you can manipulate this also. U by A into L, that is U is half into F into delta L by A into L. But here if you look at this formula, F by A is stress, delta L by L is strain. So they may give stress strain directly, then you can find the energy density. Or they may give energy density and they can ask you energy, then energy density times volume, nothing but U into AL. So anything they can ask. From energy to energy density or from energy density to energy. Anything can be asked. Also, see, one more application. Y equal to FL by A into delta L. Then here F can be written as YA delta L by L. F equation. Bring this side. Then F value I can substitute here, then U will become half into F means YA delta L by L times delta L equal to YA delta L whole square by 2L. Or else you can write the equation for delta L, that is FL by A into Y. Then U will become half into F into delta L. I can write it as FL by AY. So F into F square L by 2AY. So these are all called manipulation. So if you are good at manipulation, you are good at understanding, and then rest is calculation only. So try to remember the formula and know the tactics of manipulating the formula according to the given question. Then try to solve carefully. Also here energy density is half into stress into strain. Now Y equal to stress by strain. Then stress I can write it as Y into strain. So here half into stress I can write it as Y into strain into strain. So Y into strain whole square by 2. Or I can write strain. So what is strain will become? Stress by Y. Bring this side, take this side. Strain is stress by Y. You can also substitute here in place of strain, stress by Y. So stress into stress, stress square by 2 into Y. So this way manipulation is important. So these two are basic formulas, this one and this one. But manipulation depending upon the question given. So understand the question and choose the formula accordingly. So sometimes this manipulation also depends upon different type of questions in a different way. Not just this only. Don't fix to this. So here finally I will conclude like energy equal to half into F into delta L, or F equal to YA delta L whole square by L, or else delta L equal to, if you substitute 2AY, or U equal to half into stress into strain, or Y into stress strain whole square by 2 or stress whole square divided by 2y. These are the basic formulas. But manipulation also depends on given question, as I said. From this also sometimes you may have to little bit manipulate. And apart from this, let us try to understand what type of questions will be asked based on this Young's modulus also. For example, I will take like the equation of Young's modulus is FL by A into Y, or FL by area is pi r square into Y. So here pi is constant. So you can write it as Y is proportional to FL by r square into Y. Suppose there is a wire. First some force F1 applied and the corresponding, this is delta L. There is a corresponding change delta L1. Then next same wire you applied F2, then corresponding change is delta L2, right? Then this equation will become like this. Same wire, so same Young's modulus, right? So same radius and same length. What we changed? Force applied we changed, so delta L changed. That means F by delta L is constant for both the wires. F is different, delta L is different, but F by delta L should remain constant. So that F1 by F2 equal to delta L1 by delta L2, because F is proportional to delta L. So this way, here out of 4 values they will give any 3, then they will ask fourth one. This is the case when same wire acted by 2 different forces. Now let's take another case. For example, 2 different wires, wire 1 and wire 2. Both acted by same force. Both acted by same force. Having length L1, L2. Then the corresponding changes are delta L1, delta L2. Then, see 2 different wires, so Y is not constant. They acted by same force. And radius is R1, R2. Length is different. So FL by R square delta L. So only F is same. Then what happens? The relation will become Y proportional to L by R square delta L. So that equation will become like this. L1 by R1 square delta L1 equal to L2 by R2 square delta L2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of 6 values, any 5 they will give. Or else, specifically they may mention their lengths are same. If lengths are same, if L is same, in the same case, then length is same means L1, L2 both are same, cancel. Then R1 square delta L1 equal to R2 square delta L2. Now, here one more thing we forgot, because Y is also there, right? See, if 2 different wires of different dimensions but same material means Y is same. So that this is the equation valid. That also they should mention. So same material means this is true. If material is not same, this is the case if material is same. If material is different, then Y is also different. Then Y1 by Y2 will become L1 by L2 and R2 by R1 whole square into delta L2 by delta L1. This is the equation. Only force is same. Y different, L different, R different and delta L different. But here again they can ask specify cases. So two different wires acted by same force. Having same length and area they can mention. Then these two are same. So L1, L2 same, R1, R2 same, cancel. Then the relation will become Y1 by Y2 equal to delta L2 by delta L1. This is if L and R same. Or if only L is same, only this will get cancelled. If only R is same, this get cancelled. If only L same, then Y1 by Y2 equal to R2 by R1 whole square delta L2 by delta L1. If R is same, then Y1 by Y2 equal to L1 by L2 into delta L2 by delta L1. Here also in case of same material, if L is same, this one. If R is same, then L1 by delta L1 equal to L2 by delta L2. So you need to understand the equation. Then only you can simplify. Then only you can you can understand the way of manipulation. That is very much important. So what is elastic potential energy, what is energy density, and what are the manipulated equations. Also what kind of questions will be asked based on the equations and based on the manipulations. So please try to understand everything. Practice these cases on your own. And I'll give you this as like your assignment work. Write it. Different cases. If same wire, two different forces, one is F, one is 2F, then what is the ratio? Or two different wires, same dimensions, then what happens? So like that different cases you take and try to analyze on your own. Make this everything like a clear notes. Right? So please practice everything and try to understand the importance of manipulation. Let me give you one example based on the discussion whatever we have, like manipulation and all. See here, two rods or wires of same material. First of all, Y equal to, as I said, FL by A delta L or FL by pi R square delta L. Now two rods or wires of same material. So Y is same. Y is same. Y is same. And volume. Volume is also same. So volume is same means area into length same. Yes or no? Then find ratio of elongations they are asking. See, Y equal to FL by A delta L. There is no volume term. Then what I can do is, two possibilities are there. One is you multiply with length and divide with length. Then equation will become F L square by A into L into delta L. So Y equal to FL square by A into L is volume into delta L. Now same material, so Y is same, and subjected to same force, so F is same, and they are having same volume, so V is same. Then the relation will become delta L is proportional to L square, or delta L1 by L2 equal to L1 by L2 whole square. This is called manipulation. So they gave some condition. Accordingly, you have to manipulate. Similarly, you can do the another way. See here, delta L1 by delta L2, you can find if they give the lengths of the two wires. Suppose they have not given lengths, they have given radius. Then, look at the question. See, here Y equal to FL by A delta L. In the given question, suppose they have given the values of radius. Then you multiply with area, divide with area. Then F into length into area is volume, area into area, area square into delta L. So Y is this one. Equal to F into V by area is pi r square. So pi square r power 4 delta L. Now according to the question, same material Y is same. Subjected to same force F is same. And they are having same volume. This is constant. Then delta L into r power 4 is constant. Delta L is proportional to r power 4. Then delta L1 by delta L2 equal to r1 by r2 whole 1 power 4. So either this relation or this relation. Both are valid in this case. So they may give the relation for length or they may give the relation for radius. So this way, understand the question and try to learn how to manipulate. This depends on your getting perfection on solving physics, where mathematics and calculation and manipulation plays major role. You need to remember physics and definitions and formula, but manipulation, mathematical manipulation is on top of all. That makes you to solve physics easier, right? So one last and final example I will tell you, that is, find the elastic potential energy stored in a wire due to its own weight. Usually we will not consider the mass of the wire. Only we will consider the external force applied. But now the question is, suppose there is a wire or thin rod whose mass is m and length is L. Now, due to its own weight, there is an elongation in the body. Like, you hang from somewhere with your hands, like this. Don't touch your foot to ground. You are hanging in the middle by holding some support. Then you feel there is a stretch in your hands, there is a stretch in your body, there is a stretch in your legs. That is called elongation in the body due to its own weight. Same question they are asking. But here you need to use one logic that, as I explained earlier, these kind of bodies you have to replace in this manner, because the weight of the body acts at center of mass here. So that means effectively, if you observe, mg will not act here, mg will act here. So the effective length which gets stretched is only L by 2. So that's why we will take that this rod or wire is having equal situation of length L by 2 and a force of mg applied here. This is the equivalent situation to this one. If there is a rod or wire of length L by 2 and a force of mg is applied at its end. Same is this one, because here mg will act at center of mass on effective length L by 2. In actual, this portion will be pulled by this. This portion will be pulled by this one. This portion pulled by this one. Right? So that effectively, if you consider, the best method is use center of mass concept, so that you can replace in this way. Now the situation is very clear. Now the elastic potential energy is half into F into delta L equal to F is mg delta L by 2. But we don't know what is delta L, yes or no? But we also have the equation, that is half into F into delta L is delta L, how much? FL by A into Y. So that it will become F square L by 2AY, where F is mg. So m square g square delta L by 2A into Y. Because here Y equal to FL by A delta L, where delta L is FL by A into Y, where delta F is mg. Length is L by 2 by A into Y equal to mgl by 2ay. mgl by 2ay. So that you will get this equation. So half into F into delta L, where delta L you can replace with FL by A into Y, but I'm sorry, here also length is how much? L by 2. So m square g square, what is the length? L by 2 by 2ay equal to m square g square L by 4ay. This is the work done and this is the increase in length. So due to its own weight, there is a elongation, there is a extension in the length, that is this much. So the wire got increases by some length delta L. So there is some work done due to its own weight, and that is this one. So try to understand the equations. So this is what the work done or potential energy stored in the wire or thin rod due to its own weight, and this is the elongation produced in the wire due to its own weight. So tomorrow we will try to solve completely questions based on these all equations. Right? Thank you.